Test. Can you hear me? Testing. Can you hear me? Testing. Can you hear me? Okay. Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nick Muhammad Aizuddin bin Nick Azmi. So today I'm going to show you how to install Anaconda on Windows and Ubuntu platform. So to demonstrate this tutorial, I'm going to show you using GNS3, which is a graphical network simulator 3. Usually people use this for simulate virtual networking, but can be useful for tutorial purpose. Okay, so I'm going to briefly describe the devices here. This is a router to provide IP address for these virtual machines, and this is a network switch to extend connections, and this is a Windows virtual machine, and this is a Ubuntu virtual machines. So let's turn on all these devices. So can view here. Right. Okay, first I'm going to show how to install on Windows. So for Windows it is straightforward. Just install using default options. So you can Google search Anaconda download. So if you want to download Anaconda, just Google search Anaconda download and click this URL. So scroll down until you can see the download section here. For Windows, choose either 64, usually 64-bit. For Mac OS, this, and for Linux, this one. So to speed up this tutorial, I already download this file, so you can see here. I already download the installation file. And for Ubuntu, I think I already download. Yes. Okay, so going to start installation on Windows. Here it is recommended to use just me. So install Anaconda only for only for a user, not on global systems. So just click next, and here do not check this, because it may cause conflict if you add Anaconda tree into path environment. So it is safe to just leave at default. So while waiting for this installation to complete, I'm going to proceed with Ubuntu. For Ubuntu, it is quite complicated. You have to do several things, such as mostly involve commands, and right. So open a terminal on the same directory with installation script. So just copy this command. So we will ask to agree this EULA. Just skip. Right. So yes, set the license terms. If it asks about the path to install Anaconda, choose default. No need to change the default path. Just press enter. Python is a general purpose programming. Usually we use Python for automation, like if you want to do software testing and you want to do automatic GUI interaction, such as if you want to download file from internet, you want to automate web browser using Python. This do not run conda init, just answer no. So and then manually execute this. There should be I think there's some error in this document. It should be not sure what it's called. It's a home, but I will use obsolete path. Alright, so then you need to close this terminal and start a new one. So the problem is by default Conda will activate base environment. So if you don't want this base automatically activated every time you start a terminal, you can use this command. So yeah. Alright, so for installation on Ubuntu, it is complete. So look at yes. Now for Windows also complete. Alright, so to test this installation, whether it is a success or not, I put some examples such as download YouTube videos. Okay, so here we are going to download a short animation. Okay. This is a big bug bunny. So we are going to show this instruction on Windows first. So on Windows you can use Anaconda PowerShell. So usually for Python, it is recommended to create a virtual environment for every project or tools. So for YouTube DL, I'm going to create a separate virtual environment using this command. So next, activate the environment that we have created. So if you notice here, from base environment has changed into YouTube DL environment that we have created here. But the environment that we create doesn't have Python. For example, there is no Python here. So you have to install a specific Python version. For example, I'm going to use version 3.7. Okay, so now we have Python, which is version 3.7.0. So next, we can now install YouTube DL. Alright, next we are going to download a video into folder downloads. So before download a video, we need to know which format that is available by using list format split. So here there is a list of format code. So I'm going to download a 360p resolution video, which is MP4 extension. Alright, so we have successfully downloaded the video. Now we can play the YouTube video that we have downloaded here. So there is no sound because I'm running this in virtual machine. So I didn't redirect the output into host. So if you are trying on your PC, you should hear the audio. So if you want to know why we use Python, or what is the main purpose of using Python? So you can automate a lot of tasks, and even you can download YouTube video, for example here. So alright, so I'm going to show for Linux. For Windows, we already succeed. For Linux also the same. So you can use the same command here. No need to list format because we already know format 18. So just proceed to the next command. Alright. So the problem with Linux is most Linux distributions doesn't ship with multimedia package. So in order to play video, you have to install MPV. So if you have any question, you can put your comments below and I will answer your question. Alright, let's try. Yeah, now you can play the video. So that's all for the tutorial. So, any questions? So this is just a short live stream. So we end at 5:30 p.m. So there's I will end this stream in 10 minutes. So while there is no question, I will do some more examples. Going to do examples on Windows. So you can easily play around with Python. Just type Python command. So for example, if you want to print output, you can type so this will print output right here. But usually when doing Python development, it is more comfortable to use Visual Code. So here I will show you how to install Visual Code. Okay, to install Visual Code, you have to select environment that you want to use. I'm not sure. Usually Visual Code should appear here, but for some reason I'm not sure why it's not included in Navigator. But let's see. I'm not sure the name package name for the VS Code. But still we have 5 minutes, so I'm going to try. So about question, why using Anaconda? So Anaconda is a distribution. Like for example, so Anaconda here is a distribution that contains all the package that you need for development or deployment. So without Anaconda, you have to install a lot of things, and mainly you have to build a lot of things. So if you are using Anaconda, it provide a pre-built package that you don't need to compile. It's like a binary package. So if you are not using Anaconda, then you have to use pip command, which will require a compiler. So did the Python is the right language for teaching kids? I think yes. Python syntax is easy. You can learn it in, I think, in a weeks or two. In 2 weeks you can learn Python, but only for syntax. The difficult things about Python is how to manage projects and how to deploy, how to package into project and package into if you want to upload into PI package. For example, here you want to write a Python script that can be installed from PIP. So this is difficult for children. So question, why did you have to create a new environment for YouTube DR? Usually I like to keep tools in their own environment, so that requirement from dependencies from YouTube DR doesn't affect other projects. So I hope that answer your question. Usually base, I don't use base for a lot of things. Usually I will create an environment, but it's not for every tools that need to use environment. I may compile some tools into a new environment, like for example TensorFlow. Say if I create a if I want to create a new environment for TensorFlow, so for example, for TensorFlow, I may install multiple of tools like such as the pandas, and I may also install YouTube DR if I want to download video and do some automations, and maybe Beautiful Soap. Oh, I can't remember. One thing here that YouTube DL cannot be installed through Conda. Need to be installed using PIP because maybe developer doesn't provide package for Conda. So here, for example, I may use an environment that contains multiple tools, not for YouTube DL only. So, any questions? So I think that's all for this tutorial, and we have reached 30 minutes. So if you have further questions, you can create an issue here, or you can comment on YouTube at the comment section here, and I will answer your questions. So I think that's all, and thank you for watching, and I see you again next time. So I'm going to end this stream, and yeah, farewell.